Every child fears under their bed. If they don't, they fear the closet, or maybe that little crack in the almost closed door. Scientists know that children are more perceptive. They see things that adults don't. They aren't yet tethered into only accepting what society wants them to accept. They see what's truly there. They see monsters. If you were to borrow a child's eyes and see through them for a night, you would go insane. To be able to see what you only dimly remember, burrowing into your covers while wearing those train pajamas, hoping to a God you can barely comprehend that it doesn't see you back. It would drive an adult crazy, because adults forget the rules. Number 1, cover yourself. If you can't see it, it can't see you, even if it makes it harder to breathe. Number 2, don't make a noise. Every whimper can lead to destruction. Number 3, don't move. It attracts their attention. Number 4, only light can make them go away. Bright light, flashlights make it worse. Teenagers are caught in the middle. They still feel what's there, but they cannot see, and they forget the rules. Why do you think there's so many insomniacs typing at their computers, subconsciously praying the light from their monitor will be enough to keep them away? It's not. Now look behind you with a child's eyes, and try not to scream. Next time when you're laying in bed and the moon is new, when you're at the moment where you're almost asleep and your eyes are closing, try listening for the sounds. More specifically, sounds that shouldn't exist in our realm. At this point, you'll notice the world around you change, but don't you dare open your eyes or make any movements. If you lay right where you are with your eyes closed, you'll feel something trace a finger, a claw, or perhaps something even worse across your forehead. The moment it stops tracing, you'll wake up and it'll be morning. Within that new week, you will die. However, depending on what was traced on your head, you'll either enter a paradise of a world, or you'll enter an evil world of torture. So, do you want to find out what's on the other side? You don't know it, but someone has been removed from your life. They haven't died. They haven't moved. They have simply ceased to be from present, future, and history. However, you still know they were there. You faintly recall broken memories of someone else there. Someone who should have been there, but you think you're crazy. You go to do something, but you can't remember what. It was them. They wanted to talk to you. During a wedding reception of a young couple, the guests decided on a drunken game of hide and seek. It was decided that the groom was it, and he eventually found everyone but his new bride. Eventually, the man became furious and decided it wasn't funny anymore, and he left her there. As the weeks went by, he accepted that she'd had second thoughts and went on with her life, so he did the same. A few years later, a cleaning lady dusted off an old trunk in the attic of the building where the reception had taken place. Out of curiosity, she opened it. Inside the trunk was the rotted body of the missing bride, who apparently became locked in the trunk she'd hid in. Whether she suffocated or starved was unknown, but her face was frozen in a scream. There is an old hotel that has been around for hundreds of years. If you stay in room 6, you will find yourself in an unknown place, where exactly at 12:16 a.m. the power will go out and you'll be thrust into utter darkness. If you choose to stay awake, nothing will happen beyond that. But if you so much as close your eyes and fall asleep, You will find yourself in an unimaginable pit of despair, where creatures of fathomless shapes and sizes roam. You will be trapped here for hours until the sun comes up. It is rumored that this room is a gate into hell, and that the demons use the condensed evil of the room to escape into our reality through our minds. Those who have stayed in there rarely speak of it, for even recalling the night will put them into an uncontrollable frenzy. Every family in every town, in every country, on every continent has one. It's a cabinet, not particularly odd, not out of place. The paint was peeling a bit on the corners and the knob was a bit loose. The inside smelled like dust and the paint wasn't the same as the kitchen walls. You hid in there once during a game of hide and seek. No one told you it doesn't open back into your reality. Don't worry, you can't tell the difference, but everyone misses you. You were out of town for the weekend. When you came back to your apartment, your mailbox was stuffed full, at least 30 letters. Letters with no return address. Several of them felt soggy and heavy, as though they were recently wet, or perhaps contained a liquid. All of the letters have your name and address written on them, and many of them had your name scratched all over them in red ink. They don't smell nice. They smell like rotting meat and old garbage, and you're reluctant to take them back to your room, but curiosity gets the better of you. You manage to cart them all back to your room. You dump them in your kitchenette sink because you don't want them smelling up the rest of the apartment. You grab one that doesn't seem damp and isn't covered with writing and open it up. There's pictures inside. Pictures of people you don't know, with their eyes torn out, teeth missing, unhinged jaws hanging open, throats ripped out. You're horrified, and yet you can't help but wonder what's in the rest of the letters. You open more and more to discover increasingly gruesome photos of dead people. Piles of body with limbs missing, displayed open corpses on operating tables with their vital organs removed, hang bodies that had been gutted and bled dry. Some of the soggy letters had blood and other fluids in them. The more letters you open, the more you notice that not all the people are strangers. Some of them were people you see at work, other people you went to high school with. By the time you get to the last few letters, the pictures of our mutilated bodies of your close friends and family members. Eventually, you reach the last letter. You don't want to know what's in it, but it's not like you have a choice now. You peel the letter open, and it's a picture of yourself. Not dead, eyes intact, no limbs missing. It's a picture of you entering your apartment building earlier that day, shortly before you collected your disgusting letters. As you hear a door elsewhere in your apartment open, you black out. Any night around 10 or 11 p.m., take yourself to a flat, open area where you can walk in a straight line for 2 minutes or so without running into anything. Once there, face in the direction you plan to walk, with your arms at your sides and your hands relaxed. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. At precisely 11:09 and 20 seconds, start walking. Be sure to take one step every second, no more, no less. Do not open your eyes and do not hesitate. Count your steps in your head as you go. On the 111th step, say the word 1 out loud and stop. Your breath will catch in your throat and your hair will stand on end. For the next 10 seconds, you will be unable to move a single muscle in your body, no matter how hard you try. After these 10 seconds, you will be able to move and breathe again. However, you will then start to feel the sensation of cold metal claws seizing each of your fingers by the base and plucking them clean off your hand. It will not hurt. You will surely be horrified, but do not open your eyes and do not move. If you move or open your eyes, all that anyone will find of you is your 2 fingerless hands, severed cleanly at the wrist. Once the claws have stopped and all of your fingers have been plucked off, stay still for another 10 seconds. It may help to count. After these 10 seconds have passed, you may open your eyes. You will find that your fingers are still quite firmly attached to your hands. Go home immediately and go directly to bed. Speak to no one for the rest of the night and enter no building that you do not consider your home. The next day you will have become one of them. Once per day, as long as there is even a sliver of sunlight, you may point at someone and speak the word 1. That night, he will face the same trial that you faced. If you see that person the next day, you will know that he, too, has become one of them. If not, then do not be alarmed if you do not feel hungry the rest of the day. On any night with a crescent moon, open Winamp or any other music program you might have on your computer that has a shuffle program. Empty your mind and keep clicking the forward button. If you're rather unlucky, a song named I'm Your Problem Now.mp3 will start playing. For the first minute, it'll be completely silent. Close your eyes when the screams start and do not open them for any reason. Horrible imagery will fill your mind of corpses and imaginable evil. This will happen as a full 7 minutes of this song's horrible symphony of screams and sounds continue. If you make it through those torturous 7 minutes, you will wake up on a bench in a deserted Greyhound station. A faceless man at the other end of the station will offer you a cigarette. If you don't accept it, your eyes will open and the song will be gone, and no time will have passed. If you choose to accept it, however, this man will divulge to you the secrets of life. After you're done smoking, take the ticket out of his pocket and board the bus coming into the station. You will awake back in your house at exactly 12 minutes will have passed since you started listening. The problem is that anyone who survived the song goes insane from the information they've just learned. Be warned, should you succeed, through any polished surface, be it mirrored, wood, or window, your reflection will always be watching. Driving home at night, you notice that all the lights in your house are on. As you park the car, they all turn off at the same time. The house is empty and the doors are locked from the inside. You check your watch. The big hand is on the 4 and the little hand is on the 1. You'll be late for work. At work, you find an email in your inbox. The sender is yourself. Puzzled, you open the email you apparently sent to yourself. Inside is the message, the out for watch. You look at your watch, the little hand is on the 4 and the big hand is on the 1. You look back at the screen. The fourth and first word have swapped places. Watch out for the watch You look at your watch again. Your watch is digital. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you'd like to, you can follow me at Twitter. The handle is @FuzzyPantaloons. And I'll see you all next time.